The Tale of the Tadpoles. There once was a boy called Timmy. He went fishing one day in a little pond where some frogs had laid their eggs. They had laid them in jelly, but now in the warm sunshine the jelly had melted and the eggs had hatched out into tiny black tadpoles. How they wriggled and raced round the pond. They were strange things, all tail and head. Timmy wondered what they were. He put some in a jar and took them home with some pondweed for them to cling to if they wanted to. "Look, Mummy," he said, "what are these? Haven't I got a lot of the little black wrigglers?" "Yes, you have. Far too many," said his mother. "Now, Timmy, you like frogs, don't you? Well, these tiny wrigglers will all change into frogs if you take care of them properly. It will be like magic." "Gracious, I'd like to watch them turning into frogs," said Timmy, who couldn't imagine how they did it. "But have I really got too many, Mummy? I'd like a lot of frogs, you know." "Well, if you do what most children do and keep dozens in a small jar, they will all die, for there will not be enough air in the water for them all to breathe," said his mother. "Take all but 5 or 6 of them back to the pond. Just keep those few." So Timmy kept 5 in his jam jar and watched them carefully. His mother showed him how to tie a tiny bit of food on a thread and hang it in the jar for them to nibble at. Then he pulled it out again so it would not go bad and make the water smelly and cloudy. He left the pondweed in because the tadpoles loved that. One day he put them out in the jar in the sun. The hot sun warmed the water, and soon the tadpoles rose to the top, turned over and looked as if they were dying. Timmy rushed to his mother at once. "Oh, Timmy, they're slowly cooking in the sun, the poor things," said his mother, whipping them away to a cool corner and putting a little cold water into the jar. "Poor creatures, I hope they won't die. Hundreds of poor little tadpoles are cooked every year because children put them into the hot sun." "I didn't think," said Timmy sadly. "I do hope they'll be all right, Mummy. I do like them very, very much." They didn't die. They got better when they felt cooler. So Timmy was able to watch the magic that turned the tadpoles, all heads and tails, into tiny frogs with 4 legs and a little squat body. Their back legs grew, and then their front legs. Their tails became short. Timmy watched them each day, so he knew. He gave them a cork to climb on when they became tiny frogs, for now they liked to breathe the air. Then he put them into his garden so they could find new homes for themselves. "Eat all the grubs and flies for me," he said. "I've been a friend to you, now you can be a friend to me." And that is how Timmy saw frog magic in a jar.